This is a 1992 Lancia Delta Evoluzione 1, and it is completely and utterly mental. This little Italian hatchback won 6 World Rally Championships in a row, and this one has been turned up to 300 brake horsepower. It's 4-wheel drive, an absolute carnage.
Because unlike modern performance cars, this thing doesn't feel polished. It feels angry, and everything about it feels mechanical.
The steering writhes around in your hands, and the turbo, it slaps like a sledgehammer. But the hilarious thing is that Lancia originally built this as a sensible family hatchback to compete with the VW Golf. But rallying transformed it into a wide-arched monster and one of the most iconic and legendary homologation cars ever built. And today we're here with Milestone Classics. This is just one of a number of unbelievable whips that they've got for sale at the moment. So today we're going to try and figure out if the Integrale is as special as everyone says it is, or if everyone's just got a chronic case of martini liveried nostalgia. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Dipstick. I'm Jack Clancy, and this is episode 4 of They Gave Us the Keys, but part 1 of a rally special. Now, if you're looking at this and you're not particularly into rallying, you might just be thinking, cool hot hatch. But you would be incorrect, because this exists because of homologation.
Back in the golden era of rallying, manufacturers couldn't just build a race car and then go and hammer it down the dirt and snow tracks on the race calendar. No, some genius or genii, or to use the correct term, constellation of geniuses, said they had to build road-going versions too.
Which meant the absolute madness from the rally program ended up bleeding across into road cars. And that gave us things like the Mitsubishi Evo, Subaru Imprezas, more on that in one of our upcoming videos, and the Escort Cosworths. And also this, the Delta Integrale. So the Integrale didn't just do well, it absolutely crushed the living daylights out of it. How, you ask?
Well, between 1987 and 1992, my birth year, Lancia won 6 consecutive World Rally Championship Constructors titles, which is still a record today. And the Evoluzione was basically the final evolution of that entire era. Wider tracks, wider arches, reworked suspension, more cooling, more aggression. So they took an already unhinged car, made it even more deranged.
And I think this thing looks unbelievable. It's purposeful. The arches, the stance, the vents. It looks muscular because it had to be.
You can see the rally car in it from every angle, especially from the front. Those boxy arches, the squat stance.
It sort of looks like some really muscly bloke has been squashed, and it looks engineered for one specific purpose, going down terrible roads very, very quickly.
And this particular one just nails it. Red paint, beige leather, gunmetal speedline wheels. Perfezione.
It does feel very early 90s Italian performance car. A bit flashy, more than a bit leery, but extremely cool. This particular car isn't just a delivery mile museum piece either, it's had a shed load of work done to it. It's been properly upgraded. All in a way that respects the original character of the car whilst uprating its capabilities. The power, for instance, it now has about 300 brake horsepower, which in something this small is properly quick. It's got a hybrid turbo, larger cams, front-mounted intercooler, Olin suspension, custom stainless steel exhaust, uprated cooling, a 2-stage boost and chip setup, uprated fuel pump, uprated clutch and brake discs, and more.
So yeah, quite a lot. Basically, someone's gone, how do we make an Integrale even more Integrale? And then just done it.
Importantly though, it hasn't lost its character. Still feels period correct. Doesn't feel sanitized or modernized. Still feels very raw and very analog, but just even more insane. And inside, yeah, this is peak Italian rally car. The steering wheel sits slightly off center, and then you've got buttons in places that really make no sense, like these window switches down here. But of course, that's all part of the charm. Modern cars are so obsessed with chasing perfection. This thing just feels human.
You've got these gorgeous Recaro seats, old school dials everywhere.
And you sit incredibly upright in here, as if you're about to drive through a forest in Finland. And actually, this car feels so different to anything else I've ever sat in. You can really feel the rally connection just oozing out of so many different elements in here. It feels very, very special. And then you've got the noise. It sounds phenomenal. And actually being left-hand drive almost just adds to the illusion that you're on some mountain pass in the Alps, when in reality, you're actually just driving to a West Sussex village, terrorizing the residents. Oopsie. And when you put your foot down, there's no pretending it's a modern turbo. You genuinely wait. Nothing, 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 then bang! The turbo suddenly hits in. It is absolutely fantastic. I love this car.
And because it's four-wheel drive, you can just fire it out of corners ridiculously early. You feel the drivetrain thumping you forward and the steering constantly alive in your hands. It's busy in the most brilliant way. The entire experience is being thrown in your face the whole time.
People obsess over analog cars like this because they force you to participate. You're in it with them like you're a team. And the more classics and modern classics that I drive, the more I just become totally addicted to that feeling. And this car, it demands your input and your attention. A bit like me, actually.
When you get it right, when you hook it up, it feels unbelievably rewarding. God knows how good that would feel, tearing through the tundra or down some gravel track in southern Spain. Can only imagine.
There's also something so great about the fact that this car exists at all. I mean, how brilliant that this and several other road cars exist just because of motorsport. And because of that, enormous amounts of people got to and get to experience cars that usually only a handful of people would actually get to. I can tell you right now, pretty happy about that fact. One thing that I think really separates this from a lot of its rivals is the Italian essence of it. It's theatrical and dramatic.
Even just looking at it parked up starts to get things moving.
Driving it feels genuinely eventful. The whole thing has got so much personality and it's just so much goddamn fun. Who needs perfection when you've got this much soul and character? There are still technically cars like this today, but none of them really give you this feeling. This car genuinely feels like it's just veered off a rally course and ended up on the road. It's pretty intense and just generally over the top, but my God, it's brilliant.
This thing has become such a legend, and this very one could be yours, because it's for sale right now through Milestone Classics for just under 60k.
Which sounds like a lot, but there is so much love and so much history to this car. And of the around 45,000 that were made, they reckon only about 10,000 are surviving to this day. And that's because the rest of them are kind of rusted or wrapped around trees or other inanimate objects. So to find one in this condition, it's very rare.
So if you want noise, you want rawness, chaos, and a proper driving experience, do a lot worse than one of these.
I'm Jack Clancy, this is Dipstick. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.